Hey, it's Andy from Studio Morrama. Just going to give you a run through on how I trim my beard with the angle razor. So you want to grab your angle razor, undo the handle, grab a double-edged blade, which you can either snap in half inside the paper, that's pretty key, or you can get singles. Here I'm using a Derby single. Place that onto the magnet, which just holds it nicely in place, and then you see that, and then you shut the paddle and screw it up. Double check that it's all nice and aligned, and you're good to go. Okay, next up you've got the preparation. So here I've got some soap and a prototype shaving brush that we've been making in the studio. You want to get some warm water and make it into a nice foam. The foamier the better, really. There you go. So you want to put that onto your neckline. It's really good if you can have a shower before you do this, because then your skin's nice and supple. I'm just working it backwards and forwards here, so I'm bringing the skin and the hair away from each other, trying to make sure that it's lifting, getting it nice and soapy. And the more soap that you have on it, the better. Obviously you can use foams as well, but I'm using a classic barber foam. Then I like to get a towel and just kind of clean away an area which isn't hairy. And then this is good for later on, so when you stretch the skin, you can actually pull it tight. So here you can see I'm pulling my skin tightly, bring my neckline up, putting the blade towards my neck and slowly moving it upwards. The blade angle is about 30 degrees off of the skin, but you'll find a way that makes it feel like it's just gliding as opposed to digging into your skin. So here I am just moving it up, cleaning it off, making sure you get rid of all the soap that's stuck in the blade, and then just working it up. So I'm going with my hair here. So it's important that you always shave with the hair to kind of reduces irritation. Okay, so next, moving on to the other side. You can probably tell why I decided to do a voiceover rather than trying to talk you through this as I shaved. It's quite a scary situation, but it makes you concentrate. Moving it up towards my neckline there, nice and smoothly. Just kind of cleaning away that soapy area, moving it up. I should probably mention that I'm not a barber, so this is kind of just the way I like to shave. I'm sure there's some barbers out there that might have some opinions on the way I've been doing it. But yeah, I've been using the razor for over a year now, so I thought I should pass on what I've learned. Okay, so just kind of rinsing off all the soap that you've got on your neckline. Making sure you've got everything. You can always do a second pass with more foam and then run over it one more time, but I think I've got most of it there. So I'm just dabbing my neck with a towel there so to avoid irritation. Next up is onto the cheeks. It's just to tidy up that line, really. You know, if you're having a beard and you want to kind of look kind of smart with it, it's good to just tidy up your cheeks. So here I am putting the soap onto my cheek, going upwards and backwards and forwards, just getting a nice bit of soap on there. Grabbing the razor. What I like to do is kind of work slightly up from the line at first, just to kind of cut the hair in a nice smart line, so you get a really good smart line. And then what I'll do is actually come from above by pulling the skin down and then just working your way down again. Again, it should feel nice and glidey as opposed to kind of abrasive. There's not much hair there, so you can kind of just wash it off once you know you've got it all. It's worth saying that you should probably have a towel on hand at all times when you're shaving. Some people like to throw it over their shoulder. Right, on to the next side. So again, just grabbing that soap. It's hard to keep some symmetry here, so it's good to make sure that you're just kind of lining it up. So getting the soap on that. You can do kind of a circular motion if you want to make sure that you're getting the hair away from the skin. And then again, just I'm working it up from the line, just so I know that I've got a clean, symmetrical line, and then stretching the skin and coming down the face. Some people like to switch hands and use their left hand for the left hand side. I get kind of confused as I'm doing that, so I tend to just cross over my hand. And the good thing about the angle razor is it actually holds the blade at a different angle compared to kind of your modern day shavettes. So yeah, there we are, just washing it off, checking it's all good. Nice and symmetrical, nice and smart, all good. So then just washing off your brush, give it a good clean, squeeze it out because this one's a badger hair, and then grabbing your razor, opening the front, taking the blade out, give it a good wash. I keep the blades in a jar, and then once the jar's full, I'll get that recycled and pop it on away, and you're good. So yeah, head over to anglerazor.com to find out more. Cheers.